will protect the city, the capital city. Wasijaribu. Yani
ndio maandamano tunataka kuharibia watu biashara. Ushakuja na tuna patrol.
Sakaja mbwekse.
Mbwekse. Is this the first kiss between the government and the goon squad? Or have they been bedding each other behind closed doors all along?
Komanda amepatana na chairman wa GOONS mwenyewe.
To the governor of Nairobi, Johnson Sakaja, your actions today do not make you strong. Hurting others does not give you power.
If there was ever any doubt that the Kenyan government had started a scandalous affair with goons, that doubt is gone now, swept away by the naked display of violence on the streets of Nairobi.
Unaona mwenye ameinama? Kwa ruku vibaya.
Hii ni polisi ama ni Sakaja?
Ni kama ni Sakaja.
Hii ni angalia amedunduliwa. Angalia amedunduliwa hawa.
Kuna jamaa ameegelewa rungu ya mgongo mbaya. Ana anataka kupiga press.
Angalia. Wewe mimi sana salamu kwa ukuta hapo. Anakimbia nini? Weka simu kwa mfuko, simama kwa hiyo duka Airtel. Angalia sana.
Yo. Lakini sasa wako na rungu ni ya kina. Ona.
Msichana
ona.
Wananyang'anya simu. Naona hapo wananyang'anya simu imeenda. Kwa mfuko. Angalia amechukua simu.
Huyu ni mwanaume mwanamke? Mwanaume anapigwa. Jesus.
There was no subtle seduction, no secret romance, just a brazen public display of our political lust and lawlessness, right in the middle of the capital, performed with the urgency of lovers on heat who forgot the condom and the shame.
Trying to counter and of course take on the protesters along this particular avenue, and earlier on we also saw, and you can see just individuals on borders trying to make their way out of this particular street.
As these new lovers mourned in synchrony, what they conceived wasn't peace or security, but full-blown violence.
This one is media. Imagine. This country, how will it survive surely? Kama wanafanyia media hivi napigwa, imagine. Kamera wamepasua lens moja, hiyo ingine kubwa.
Forget the old days when the thugs tiptoed through Nairobi's streets, hiding crude weapons under oversized jackets. These new age vigilantes don't do discretion. They roam the capital wielding machetes, metal rods, and whips like they own the place. And in many ways, it looks like they do. Even more alarming, the police aren't just watching. They are dancing to the same beat, patrolling together, shielding the same goons they should be arresting.
Angalia hao hapo. Wamerudishwa. Amerudishwa.
Ibrando.
Angalia brand ya white hii. Unajua msana baada ya
wewe unajua yule jamaa ameambiwa kila kitu.
Alafu ndio msana amekuwa hapa.
June 17th was meant to be a day of mourning and peaceful protest. Kenyans had poured into the streets to demand justice for Albert Ojwang, a young man killed at the hands of the very police meant to protect him. Now the demonstrations began like many others, chants, placards, a shared grief. But then came the invasion. A swarm of young men on motorbikes descended like locusts, yelling, swinging weapons, and declaring war on the protesters. They claimed to be on a Russia's mission to defend businesses from being vandalized by protesters.
Tunasaidia serikali kudefend vitu za watu. Wanaharibu vitu na wanaiba masimu. Biashara hizi endelea juu yao na wanaiba.
But as they stalked through Kenyatta Avenue, Moi Avenue and Tom Mboya streets, it quickly became clear that these were not guardians. They were looters with a license. They robbed shops, mugged protesters, and turned downtown Nairobi into a jungle gym of terror. The attackers moved with impunity, and while the peaceful demonstrators screamed for help, the police watched, strolled by, and even rode shotgun with the thugs.
Hadi wako escorted na karao.
Literally, footage emerged showing the police in their signature pickups, tailing the goons who brandished clubs and machetes.
It is very shameful that the police were supposed to protect us. They are siding with the goons. That plays reverse psychology. Police, shame on you. Stop siding with the goons. Side with the citizens who pay your salary through our taxes. Yes.
Meanwhile, the protesters, armed with nothing more than a Kenyan flag and placards, were left at the mercy of this unholy alliance.
Personally, I wish a lot of people, especially those who have been paid to disrupt these protests, to understand that we are fighting for justice and it affects every one of us, including them. At some point, it will be their turn for them to be attacked by the police and brutalized. And we are saying before that happens, let us demand that there is not just reforms in the police, let the entire institution be remade from the ground up.
At this point, the wind had blown and the annas of the chicken had been exposed. There was no more hiding, no more pretending. Some protesters decided that enough was enough.
Infiltrate, tuna deal na yeye. We are here to demonstrate. Doing right here to demonstrate right here. Wizi hatutolerate.
Nimesikia vibaya. Jo tumelia. Na nasema one time siku zote. One time jo jeshi ni ground.
They turned the tables. Goons caught in the act were met with furious resistance. Motorbikes were torched, fists flew, and suddenly, one by one, the goons began kissing the Nairobi tarmac, not by choice, but by the force of citizens who had had enough. Some begged, some ran, others were promised one-way tickets to meet their ancestors. No passport needed, just a beating brutal enough to send messages through generations. But who are these goons, and under whose authority do they operate? Now, these men have repeatedly hinted that their boss isn't new in Kenya. In fact, he is in government. After the dust settled and the protesters lay wounded, these goons were seen parading around City Hall, chanting praises to Nairobi Governor Johnson Sakaja. They claimed victory on his behalf, declaring they had protected the city from harmful protesters.
Igwe! Gavana Igwe! Sakaja! Tumelinda jiji! Na tuwaogopi wakuje sasa! Wakuje! Wakuje sasa! Igwe siku zote! Mbwekse tuko hapo!
Sakaja mbwekse.
Mbwekse. Mbwekse. Siku zote. Siku zote. Siku zote. Siku zote. Siku zote. Kuja kuja.
This comes on the heels of Sakaja's recent declaration that he wouldn't allow protests to disrupt businesses in Nairobi. His statement was echoed by Farouk Kibet, who doubled down the narrative that protests are a threat to the city.
We will protect the city, the capital city. Wasijaribu, yani si wanasema kuna siku wanakuja wajaribu kukusa mali ya mtu yoyote.
Sasa Sakaja, wewe unapenda sheria. Wewe umekuja hapa. Sisi tunakutuma kwamba Nairobi ibaki salama.
Even Korogosho MCA Matakwei jumped into the ring, calling on Sakaja to hire goons to secure the city during demonstrations.
Sisi tukatai kijana aliuliwa, lakini huyo Ojwang aliuliwa ndio gari ya mtu ichomwe. Ojwang aliuliwa ndio Nairobi iangamizwe. Sakaja, umepatiwa point. Panga vijana na polisi, ule anakuja kuleta ujinga, tutamenyana. Wakale ya mwisho, Wakale, mnanisikia vizuri? Mimi nakwambia kama Raila angekuwa rais, alafu watu wanaleta nyenyenye, ni makofi. Hizi mnaleta mchezo. Huyu kijana ni wenyu. If you cannot protect William Ruto, shauri yenu.
Now, in the wake of their coordinated rampage, a question screams louder. Are these goons protecting Nairobi, or are they looting it with the government's blessings?
Hii street ni yetu, tunacheki. Hatutaki watu wanaharibu street, sawa? Hatutaki watu wanaharibu street yetu penye si ushinda, unacheki. Ndio maana sisi tuko pande ya Masanze, tunapeleka wale wasikuje waharibu area yetu.
Hizi rungu mmepewa?
Hizi rungu ni zetu, tumeziokota huko Roe za kuchunga watu. Za watu wasikuje kuharibu penye si ufanya kazi na pata uradi yetu, sawa?
The Kenya police meanwhile claim ignorance. They insist they don't know who these men are. They deny any association with them. Yet, the images tell a different story of police and goons moving side by side like comrades on a shared mission. So the question remains, are we witnessing the birth of a new kind of power in Kenya? One where the state doesn't just turn a blind eye to violence, but hires it, rides with it, and lets it speak on its behalf? What are your thoughts? Leave your thoughts on our comment section. That is it for now. Thanks for watching. Let's meet next time. Bye-bye.